Hey, it's very good to see you again. Once again, my name is Kyle Cook with Louisiana Elite Canine Services. I'm very glad that you've chosen this program to teach your dog some obedience training. It's going to be very useful to you and your family. It's going to create a dog that you and your family can really enjoy. It's going to be just a useful member of your family. Kids, your wife is going to love a dog that they can give a command to, and that dog's going to follow that command. It's going to be a lot of entertainment for your kids. And your wife will like being able to tell the dog to do something and the dog do it. It's going to be a whole lot of fun. It's going to be fun training. You get a lot of good interaction with your dog. One of the reasons that I'm most excited about you taking this program is that a lot of dogs end up being taken to the Humane Society. I don't know if you've ever been inside our local animal shelter, but a lot of people, and it's a sad story, a lot of people will bring their dogs there and leave them because they think that they're bad dogs or they don't make good pets. When the truth is they don't know how to train their pets. They don't know how to communicate with their pets, and they don't know what their pets are trying to communicate to them. So they take these animals there to be put down or hopefully be rehomed, in a best case scenario. And I volunteer time at the Humane Society, and a lot of times these dogs are absolutely, I'd say 90 to 99% of the time, these dogs are really good animals with a lot of love to give, and they train really well. The people just simply, they get frustrated with them, and the dog maybe get frustrated with them in return, and then you've got two frustrated beings here, and it creates a lot of conflict. Well, the human takes the dog to the animal shelter and say you're done. When really, honestly, it's not the dog's fault at all. It's just the fact that we have to learn how to communicate with our animals and teach them what it is that we want them to do. So that being said, really glad that your dog is going to be a really good active part of your family, really good obedient family member. It's going to be very beneficial to you and to your animal. So kudos on that. Thank you for coming. We have, and I see you got a training collar. Let me go ahead and cover that. You've got the chain training collar. A lot of people use a prong training collar. It's not one that I recommend. Unless it's absolutely necessary. I believe that this collar that you picked is an absolutely perfect collar. It's a collar that I recommend for training with. So that's going to be great for this class. We've got several goals that we're going to cover in this class. Several things we're going to be teaching your dog. See, he's a very happy dog, and he seems eager to make you happy, wagging his tail every time you look at him. So he's going to be a really fun dog to train. We're going to learn several different commands. We're going to learn the sit and the sit stay, the down stay. We'll learn the stand and the stand stay. We're also going to teach your dog how to heel on lead. We're going to learn how to recall your dog on or off lead. If your dog is wandering off on the leash or off the leash, you can recall him back. I've seen a lot of people with their dogs and they call them back on the leash and they won't come. They've got a 20-foot lead on them and they're pulling their dog back and the dog's fighting. Well, the dog is naturally going to pull against whatever's pulling on it. It's just the physics of the nature of the dog. They're going to pull against whatever's pulling on them. There's a logic why you don't pull on your dog with a leash. We'll cover that later whenever we're learning the heel command. So that's going to be really cool. And if you like to exercise or get out and walk your dog a lot, go to the dog park or to the walking track in Manny, this heel command is going to be absolutely awesome for you. This is I'm actually excited about this command. It's my favorite command to teach because it gives a lot of positive interaction with you and your dog. Your dog loves interacting with you as its owner, as its master. It loves being active with you. In this heel command, we're going to be walking, some pretty fast-paced walking. Your dog's going to get to be right here beside you. It's going to actually learn to walk right beside your left leg or jog beside your left leg if you're out exercising. It won't go to the right or to the left or pull behind you. You won't trip over and bust your nose on the ground and have to call your wife to pick you up because you've got a splitting headache while you're trying to walk because you fell and busted your face. It's going to be very cool to have a really obedient dog right here at your left-hand side whenever you're moving about in public or wherever you happen to be at. So I'm very excited about that. Your dog looks like he's in great shape. He's really going to enjoy this command. That being said, I believe I've covered everything. Well, let me just say, after this class is over and you go home, it's going to take a lot of repetition for you and your dog. I like to see clients train 3 times a day on 15-minute sessions. It turns out to be 45 minutes a day. Sometimes if you just get 1 or 2 training sessions in a day, it's okay. Don't freak out and get frustrated and end up, having conflict with your dog or with your family because you're aggravated because you can't get your 3 training sessions in. 1 or 2 a day is okay if you cannot get your 3. But I recommend getting those 3 training sessions in a day to have a successfully trained dog. It really takes those 3 a day for your dog to really understand what's going on and to really get into what he's learning, to what he's being taught. So try your best. Work hard, hard, hard. Be very diligent in your repetition on these trainings 3 times a day for 15 minutes a day. I can tell you, your dog will catch on to the training a lot quicker the more you're repetitive with that training. And in the end, it will be worth your time. Your dog will be just stellar, great at following these commands, and you will have something to be proud of because you work for that. So that being said, I'll reiterate after we're done: train, train, train. Repetitive training is definitely a must. So I think you can handle that. I got faith in you. So we're going to go ahead and start. We're going to start with a sit command. And I'm going to be using an invisible dog today. Of course, I won't use my own dog, as she would be a distraction to your dog, and that would not be good. You want your dog to be able to focus on what's going on here. So, using my invisible dog, I'm going to illustrate the sit command a few times for you. And then when I'm done illustrating the command, I will ask you to do it with your dog, and I'll help you walk through it. On the sit command, very simple to teach. You're going to place your dog on your left-hand side, right here by your leg. Okay, this is very important. We do all of our commands right here. It's a big deal that you will understand as we go on. I'll explain more to you why it's so important to always start your dog right here on the left-hand side by your leg. So, place your dog right here by your left side. Take the collar in your right hand. Put your left hand on his rear end. Okay, and at the same time, you're going to pick up on the collar. Bring your dog's head and up and back, the chest back. You're going to press down on the rear end, pressing the hind quarters down. You're going to do this at the same time and give the sit command in your strong command voice. Sit. Then your dog is placed in the sit position. One thing I forgot to do before we go any further with this is explain the different voices that we're going to use. We use 3 different voices in training. We've got the command voice, the reprimand voice, and the correction voice. Okay, the command voice is a good, strong, precise, clear voice. When you give your dog a command, such as sit, you say sit, or down, or stand, or heel. As you can hear me, it's a very clear command. I've got a very strong voice, so I can communicate clearly to my dog the command that I want him to do. It's not an aggressive voice. It's not any type of reprimand voice. It's just a good, stern voice, so you can clearly communicate with your dog what you want. The next is a high-pitched praise voice. If when your dog does something good, a positive behavior, you reinforce that positive action or behavior with a positive reaction from you, which is your positive voice. Say Fido sits after you done a sit. Good boy, good sit, Fido, good job. Pet him on the side 3 times, or pat him 3 times on the side. Good boy, Fido, good job, good job. We'll use that high-pitched voice so the dog associates what he did with that good high-pitched praise voice. He says, hey, I did something right. That's what Master wants. He'll be more willing to do it for you the next time. So it's very important that you use a high-pitched praise voice whenever your dog does something correct. And lastly is the reprimand voice. Give your dog a good, firm, a deep no when your dog displays negative behavior. Your dog doing something negative, you say, no! You got a good, deep, firm voice, and it catches the attention of your dog. Normally when you give this command, your dog may kind of shrink down a little bit or tuck his tail and come over to you. He associates what he's doing, that bad behavior, with that deep reprimand voice. He knows, hey, Dad doesn't want me to do that. I should probably quit. Once again, it's a good deep voice, comes from right up in here. No! Or booey! Whatever command, whatever language you decide to use no in, that's the type of voice that you use. So, you've got your reprimand voice, good strong no! Command voice, sit. And then you've got your high-pitched praise voice, which is, good job, good boy, all right, good job. Those are the voices we want to use. And you're going to use that from now on for the life of your dog. That way you can clearly communicate with those 3 different type voices and reinforce whatever behavior that he is doing. So, we're going to start, once again, sorry we got off track, we're going to go back to the sit command, okay? Once more, you're going to place your right hand on the dog's collar, your left hand on the dog's rear end. You're going to pick up on the collar, you're going to push down on the rear end, and this is going to place your dog into the sit position. And when you do it, when you begin to push down and pick up, you will say, sit. Once more, sit. You're going to hold your dog there for 5 seconds. I want you to count those